website. I personally have the pro version, so this is my current account, and you guys can see I have the expert plan. If you guys do want to purchase the pro version, I'll leave a link below to purchase the pro version. If you guys do decide to purchase it, I do get a small commission, and of course it helps me to make these tutorials for you all for free. Now, once you actually get the pro version, you can download the plugin. So you can go ahead and click on it and you can download it and you can upload it to your website. Once you upload the plugin, you guys will get a bunch of different really cool options. That includes more widgets, the theme builder, and also motion effects. Let me just go ahead and demonstrate some of the things that you get with the pro version. So first, I'll go ahead and click on Edit with Elementor. All right, so the first thing you'll notice is that you now have access to all of these other, you have access to all these other pro widgets. So you have like animated headlines. I'll delete that. We also have a flip box, a call to action. I think these widgets will just make things a lot easier. So, I mean, they have a lot of really cool stuff as well. So then you have access to all of these, which is pretty helpful, and a lot of people said, hey, I really like the reviews. I can add that to my website. You can put the reviews tab right there, and then you can go ahead and edit it. You can change all that stuff right here. You guys get it. I think by now you guys are already pro. So, but yeah, so you do get a list of all these pro elements, and they do help you build your website. Now, also what you get access to is the global. So let's say, for example, you like this button right here. It's like, all right, you know what? I want to save this as a global, and this will be like the main button of your website. Usually you kind of want to, carry the same button throughout the website and make it look good and, make it look hip. So then we can go ahead and say, you know what? I want to take that button and I want to put it here as well. And then you can actually edit the specific button, and it'll go ahead and edit all the buttons on your website, or you can go ahead and unlink it and only design this specific button. So it is pretty helpful, especially if you have a lot of the same widgets. It can really help speed up the workflow of your website. And I actually use it. It's actually really, really helpful. Also, a really cool feature that I bet you're gonna love here is the animations. Let me just go ahead and click on this. You guys will get it. You guys will get this. So I'll click on this little column. Now, under the advanced section, all of the elements that you have now have the option to have motion effects. And beginners love this stuff. Just be a little careful. I know it looks really fun, but it's a really quick way to make your site look terrible. But we have the scrolling effects and mouse effects. So I'll turn on the scrolling effects. Let's say you want this specific section to have like a vertical scroll. So that means as I scroll, you'll see how the image kind of scrolls up into place, and when I scroll down, it keeps going. Now you can control the viewport of this as well. You can control the speed. You can also decide if it's up or down. So for example, as I scroll down, you'll see how the image kind of scrolls with me and it goes out of place, which just looks really, really cool. And you can use this for pretty much every option. So you can have horizontal as well. And we have transparency. Let's take a look at that one, huh? Maybe we can change that like another way. So with the viewport, you can kind of control that. So for example, it looks like it's a blank spot. It just kind of boop, pops in right there. Maybe we can even put it more towards the center. But yeah, you guys get the idea, right? You guys get the point. Also, there's blur, so we can go ahead and blur that. And rotate, which, be very careful, guys. This is like really scary. You can only use this for like really small images like this one here. But when I see this on like beginners websites, I'm like, yeah, man, that looks terrible. But I never say anything. I'm just like, yeah, it looks great, man. And I just kind of like, move the other way. So also we have mouse effects. So let's say, for example, you want something to move when actually someone hovers over it, or you want it to tilt when someone hovers over it. So I'll just click on mouse track, and I'll put this to something like, I don't know, 1.8. Now you'll see when someone comes down here and they scroll their mouse over it, they can kind of play with it, and I'm sure you guys have seen that on websites, and it's fun, it's entertaining. People are like, oh man, that's so cool, it's nice. And then again, we can do that for 3D tilt as well. We can tilt it as we kind of scroll. Now guys, I gotta be honest, Elementor has tons of resources and guides on how to make some really amazing stuff with this. I don't want to go too crazy with it. I'm just introducing you to it. This is what you get in the pro version. All right, and then let's click on this guy and let's see what we can do here. Let's an advanced section, motion effects, mouse effects, 3D tilt. Yeah, so maybe you can have this for all of your staff and you can kind of mess around with them, and it's just fun. It's something neat and exciting. So, but yeah, that is the example of motion effects and all that other good stuff. So you also get the option for attributes and also for custom CSS. So if you are a developer and you want to do something like center align, or you want to add some code in there to make something stay, or margin auto or whatever you want, you can go ahead and add it right here. And yeah. So those are just a few of the options. Now you do get one other option that's really cool, and that's called the Elementor Theme Builder. The Elementor Theme Builder is probably the #1 reason why people purchase the Pro version. The Theme Builder allows you to have a different header and footer on various pages, and you can set conditions for specific devices, for specific pages. There is a lot you can do with the Theme Builder. So what I'll do is I'll give you a quick demonstration of the Elementor Theme Builder by changing the header of this home page. So let's change the header. So right here, I'll click on header. And what's also really cool is that Elementor has all these different headers that you can use on your website. So let's just grab one really quick here. Let's do something simple, you know, not too crazy here. All right, we'll throw in this one right here. This one looks pretty good. All right, cool. So now we have our header. So you see we have our menu and we have our icons. Now what you can do is you can actually build a menu with the page builder instead of the WordPress default. So we can add in like a button here, maybe over here. We can add in something else. And essentially what you can do is you can build the actual website using the page builder, or sorry, the menu with the page builder, which just makes things a lot more customizable. I mean, you can keep dragging all these elements. We can change the color and everything else. Now this right here is a placeholder. So you see how it says site logo? That means whatever you set as your site logo, that's what's going to display right here, all right? So let's click on publish. Now where do I want to display this header? Now we can have conditions. So I can display this header on the home page, on the About Us page. I can put it on the home and the About Us page and not the other pages. So let's click on add condition. So by default, we can put it on the entire website, which I think is standard for a lot of websites. However, we can also do singular by saying, no. I want to put this only on the home page. And I also want to put it, go ahead and add another condition. I also want to put this on the About Us page. So same thing, we'll do pages, and then we'll do About. All right, like that. And then we'll click on Save and Close. And that's it. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the website. All right, and there you go. So now we have this new header. Now, of course, it's a little ugly, but I'm just kind of demonstrating that you can use the actual builder here to build out your menu, and then it'll automatically pull the logo of your website, so it displays it there. And let's just test it now. So I only have this header on the home and the About Us. If I click on the services page, it's going to revert back to the old menu. The same thing with the contact page, right? Now, if I click on the About Us, it should be the new style header. So you can see how you can set specific conditions and really have a lot of flexibility and control. And it actually helps because there's some pages on the WordPress themes that just don't look well, and you might want to edit it, and that's where Elementor comes in. Now, I personally own Elementor Expert on my subscription. You can see that I do have it and I do use it. So I'm not just someone who says, oh, buy it, and then they don't have it, of course. Like I've seen tons of blogs where they mention like 1,000 things and they don't even use it. But I do have this product. I do trust in it. If you guys do want to support this channel, you guys can use my link in the description. I have the Expert plan. And I mean, that's pretty, I manage, I have like 20 websites, so that works for me. But if you only have like one website, maybe two, I would probably get the Plus plan, but you can check out the reviews. People really do love and trust this product. All right, party people, that's about it for this section. I really hope to help you out. Hope it wasn't confusing. I did my best to explain it. I really should change this header. It's super ugly. So let's go ahead and move on to the next section. All right, party people, welcome to the last design tip, and also the most important. Now, guys, as you're building your website, you're gonna put images on it, and then you're gonna say, hey, my website's slow. Why did Daryl recommend garbage hosting? I'm gonna vote down this video. And guys, the #1 reason why your website is slow is because of the images. Now, when you're building your website, you need to be very cautious about the image size that you put on it. Now, I made a